What's up everybody, this is Matty Mo, and today we're reviewing the Nexus Player, Google's latest attempt to make its way into your living room. But this is not Google's first attempt. They've actually done it a few other times. The first time was back in 2010 with Google TV. It was a platform designed by, or co-developed rather, by Google, Intel, and Logitech. Fast forward to 2012 and came the Nexus Q, a beautiful spherical form factor of a device. It was round, it was absolutely gorgeous. But when it was handed out to developers during the Google I/O conference in 2012, they felt that the features were lacking and couldn't justify the price point. Google shelved the product and gave everyone who pre-ordered the device away for free. Fast forward a year later and hello to the Google Chromecast, Google's best streaming device yet. For $40, you get a little HDMI stick that plugs into the back of the TV and can transfer anything from your phone or your browser on your computer. The Nexus Player is small and round. It resembles a hockey puck. It sits nice and flush with your other entertainment devices. Most likely it will go unnoticed, except for that little light that flashes underneath the device. The top and sides have no ports or holes. It's just smooth all around. When flipping it over onto its back, you'll notice 3 ports: an HDMI, a micro USB, and a port to plug in your power adapter. Unfortunately, there's no Ethernet and you can only use Wi-Fi with this device. The specs include a 1.8 GHz quad-core Intel Atom processor, 802.11ac 2x2 MIMO, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of RAM of storage, and it's running Google's latest and greatest Android 5.0 Lollipop. The remote control fits in the palm of your hand, but it's made out of cheap plastic. It has 5 buttons on it. The top one acts as the microphone, which allows you to perform your voice searches. There's a 5-way directional pad that allows you to move around the screen, a back button, a pause play button, and a circle that takes you back to the home screen. Why a circle? I have no idea. The remote control connects to the box via Bluetooth, which means you don't have to have a line of sight. And if you can't find your remote control, or if it's too far away and you don't feel like getting up, there's also an app on your Android device that allows you to control the Nexus Player as well. But the hardware is really nothing special. It's the interface that's really attractive, and it's also really simple to use. Apple TV's menus look clunky, and Roku's look old and stale compared to the Nexus Player. The home screen has 4 different rows that allow you to scroll from left to right. The top row is all the stuff you've been watching in chronological order. Below is the list of apps you've installed, followed by games, and finally the last 2 rows are dedicated to your device's settings. The whole platform is built on Google's Android 5.0 Lollipop, and it really showcases material design. There's tons of animations as you make your way around the different screens and apps. Everything is smooth and clean, and transitioning from one screen to the next is absolutely fluid. It's by far the best looking interface on a TV set-top box on the market right now. Everything about the Android TV revolves around using your voice, which means that the top button on the remote is going to get used the most often. And for the most part, it's pretty accurate. There are a few times where it just couldn't get things right. For example, I searched top comedies of 2014, and it took about 3 times for it to understand. And for the most part, the search results are going to be based around YouTube and the Google Play services. Netflix and Hulu doesn't have voice search activated yet, but it's supposed to come sometime in the near future. The Nexus Player also allows you to play games, and for the most part, they're pretty smooth and lag-free. There's a few games that take advantage of an optional controller that costs an extra $40, but you can still play a bunch of games with the remote itself. There's Walking Dead and Riptide. They both run and look great, but don't expect this thing to replace your console anytime soon. It's a great way to pass the time if you're bored. It also allows you to pause the game on your TV and pick up where you left up on your phone. Remember, there's only 8 GB of storage, so this thing will fill up pretty quick. The bottom line is that the Nexus Player is a glimpse into the future of Android on your television. It's the bones that will hold future more important updates, and it's a stepping stone for developers to create apps easily. Sony and Sharp have deals to make Android their smart TV platform, which means we're only in the beginning of Android TV. The Chromecast offers the same experience for a third of the price, and the Roku 3 has so much more to choose from. It even has the Google Play Store. But TV is a complicated thing, and most manufacturers are still trying to dominate your living room with their vision of what a media box should be like. The Chromecast is pretty close, but it still feels incomplete, and because Android is dominating the world, they also want to dominate your TV as well. So if you have a Chromecast, definitely don't buy this. If you have any other streaming device, hold on to it. Right now, Android TV are for those people who are looking for a new streaming device or are big Android fans looking to adopt technology early. But it's definitely a solid stepping point for the future of Android on your television. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to share or embed this. If you have any questions or there's anything you want to see, please leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.